Hi everybody, my name is Matthew Gaddy and I'm a true productivity coach, which means I teach my clients how to manage their action, their attention, their energy to get the right things done. I'm here with Magic Baby today. It is How To Friday and I have something very, very special to share with you guys. Something that I enjoy doing a lot and will change your life if you learn how to do it right. Today we're going to be talking about, on How To Friday, how to read a book. And if you're able to master this and apply these principles, I guarantee you it will change your life. So I'm sure after saying that, you're like, Matthew, I know how to read words on a paper put together in some type of binding. I know how to do that. And I'm sure you can. But if you're able to really read a book and you're able to understand it and revisit that material, it will help you a lot more. First of all, books are a whole lot cheaper than they should be. There's millions of dollars of information in books. Textbooks that you get for school are overpriced. But regular, normal books that are there to help you and assist you in whatever you have going on are cheap. So I'm going to show you guys what my books look like and some of the ones I'm going through right now. These are the books that I'm currently reading all at the same time. We have No BS Guide to Wealth Attraction and New Economy, Hyper Focus, Powerful Engagement, Essentialism, How Successful People Grow, and Focus. Now, just because I am reading these books does not mean I'm actively reading these books. There's steps and processes that go with all this reading. So the first step is, in how to read a book, is remember this little guy right here. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. Highlighters. When you're highlighting the information inside of a book that you're reading, you're engaging with it in more than one way. When you're reading it, you're engaging it with your eyes. When you pull out your highlighter and you have to highlight it, you engage it physically, and you're also having to read it again to make sure you're highlighting the correct portion of the book. Let me just show you what some of my books look like. Let me find a good one. Okay, cool. So this one's not as good, but as you can see, there's lots of highlights in here. Lots of highlights in here. And that helps you to re-engage with the book again, the content that's in there. It also helps you to read the book faster. You can go back and you say, hey, I don't remember what happened in Powerful Engagement. I can read just the highlight portions, get an overall level of what the book's going on in like 5 minutes instead of it taking me 6 hours like the first time I read it. The next step that you can do is to winnow your notes down even more. The step that I'm had to apply so that I could make sure that I remember and retain all this information is go back and read the highlighted portions, but the important parts, the best parts of the highlighted parts, I'm actually taking and writing those down in a separate Google document that I've created so that I'm able to get the high points of the high points and keep them all together so that when I'm looking for something and I say, hey, I need to know about what this had to say. What are the most important parts of this particular book? I can go to my Google document. All their books are there connected. And you begin to put connections together. Hey, this part of this energy teaching goes with this part about this, about action. This part goes with this about intention. You begin to draw correlations and begin to form your own theories. That's the nice part about having all of the information and the notes in one place. You're not having to flip back and forth between all the books. You're able to have all the information in one Google document. And if you ever need to go back, you still know what you should be looking for in the original book. I have baby with me because I'm hungry and wifey's cooking. And so she was like, I can cook or you can take the baby. See what I picked. The last piece we're going to talk about is just the environment in which you read. It's very important to make sure that you have an environment that is conducive to you focus on the material that you're reading. I was reading the book, this book called Focus today, and when he's talking about, in the section I was reading, is that if we are failing to focus and maintain our attention in the direction or in the capacity of learning and whatever information we're reading, it makes it entirely a whole lot harder for us to absorb that new information. And this is why. Our brains learn by association. We see new information, we try to relate that to something we've seen in the past. But if you're not fully engaged with that information, the web that's created by your head that tries to associate what you know to what you're learning now has holes in it. And so that new information falls through that web because it's not as robust as it would be if you were devoting all of your attention to either learning the new information or recalling the information that you've seen before. So when you're reading, I have to remind myself of this too. Don't read in front of TV. Don't read and try and listen to don't read with your baby. You want to make sure that you're able to devote as much attention and focus to your reading as you can. That'll help with your retention and also the connection of this new information with what you've already known. Location, so you begin to make those associations. Yeah. And make sure that you're in an environment conducive to your focus and attention on whatever you're learning. So if you can do those things, you'll know how to read a book. And that's pretty much how to read a book, as I have baby slobber on my shirt. One, use a highlighter so you're able to engage with the material physically and also visually more than one time. Make sure to compile your notes all in a common. You guys have a great Friday, productive weekend, and be safe.